Greetings, Ancient Faith Radio listeners. I'm Father Andrew Stephen Damick, and I am here at our headquarters in Chesterton, Indiana, and I am at the Lampstand Institute. Lampstand, of course, gets its title from the Holy Scriptures. Neither do men light a lamp and put it under a bushel, but on a lampstand, and it gives light unto all that are in the house. The Lampstand Institute is an introductory media training forum for Orthodox Christians who are aged 18 to 23, who are interested in learning digital skills in media and applying them to the service of the Orthodox Church. So 10 students have been gathered together at the Lampstand Institute to learn the essentials of podcasting, video production, the why and the how of Orthodox media ministry, and they're exploring their own media projects while they're here. So this weekend that we've been together, so now we're wrapping it all up, includes sessions on podcasting, audio production, video production, marketing, radio, digital, design, media ministry, and working together, collaboration, all that kind of stuff. And here we are, we're doing a live broadcast with all of our participants here on Saturday night. This is the second time we've done this. So this is the class of 2025, and a number of them are here with me in the studio right now. So, hey, everybody. Hey. All right. So we've got about half of them here. The rest are just waiting outside. We're going to be talking to every single one of them. So with me right now is Lydia. So Lydia, where are you from?
Jacksonville, Illinois. I go to St. Anthony's in Springfield. All
right. So why is it that you decided that you wanted to be part of the Lampstand Institute?
Okay. Let's see here.
What were you thinking when you filled out that application?
Well, I was a little panicked because I had been in the middle of my college semester.
Oh.
And I completely forgotten about the deadline.
Okay.
And at the last second, I sent Ellie an email and asked if I could...
Ellie, our fearless leader.
And I could still apply. And she said yes, because they extend the deadline.
Yeah.
So I filled it out really fast. I sent emails to my godbrother and my dad's godfather asking for references. They filled them out in like an hour, and I submitted it. But I wanted to come here because I wanted to be able to spend some time with some serious Orthodox Christians my own age who were also creative. And I wanted to learn more about podcasting and all of this.
Yeah. So do you feel like you have met some serious Orthodox Christians your age who are also
definitely
creative? Do you feel inspired by some of the work that they're doing?
Oh, absolutely. I watched a video earlier by one of the Lampstanders that was incredible, blew me away. It was cinematic. And the creator is actually right here in the room. So did you hear that, man?
I heard it.
Yes. Very good. Good job. You have earned the respect of your peers here at the Lampstand Institute.
That's good to hear.
Do you feel like you're going home with some new ideas and new inspiration?
Definitely.
Awesome. What do you plan on working on as soon as you get home?
Well, my book.
Yeah, you got a book going?
Mm-hmm. It's an Orthodox Christian YA fantasy book.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you very much, Lydia. I'm going to have you go ahead and move off to the corner, and we're going to have your next colleague step up. So thank you.
Thank you, Father.
All righty. Yes, so we have, as I mentioned, we have 10 young people. There are 5 young men and 5 young women. And this is one of our young men. This is Colton. So, Colton, where are you from?
I'm from Wichita, Kansas.
Wichita, Kansas.
That's right.
All the way out there in the Great Plains.
Yep, that's right. St.
Exactly.
George.
St. George in Wichita. Yeah. Big, well-established Antiochian church. So, what made you decide you wanted to come to the Lampstand Institute?
Well, the offer was very appealing. And just everything Ancient Faith has done to try and attract the kids as far as bringing us here and allowing us to meet the people behind the scenes. It really just seemed like something where it was too good an opportunity to pass up. Even for someone like me who only has a very, before coming here, really only had a vague interest in podcasting and things like that.
Yeah.
The offer just seemed like great experience, great culture capital, and I'm so glad that I came.
What kind of, you mentioned meeting some of the folks that work behind the scenes here at Ancient Faith. What kind of impression have you had in meeting some of our staff, that, especially the ones that live and work right here in Chesterton, Indiana?
Yeah. I have been given the impression that there's a lot of hardworking, dedicated, and pious people behind Ancient Faith. it has been inspiring to hear them. The message that has constantly been proclaimed here is that they're trying to pour into the next generation, that they're trying to encourage creativity and production and all sorts of outlets for the young people growing up. And so it's inspiring. It's inspiring to know that the people that you look up to as a young person, as a person young in the faith, that those people want to champion you and want to encourage you. So,
yeah, I mean, it's been. I can speak for myself that it's been great to meet you, and all of your peers here at the Lampstand Institute. What do you want to see in the future for Orthodox Christian media?
Yeah, well, I can say personally that there's a lot of media that I enjoy, a lot of different platforms that I subscribe to in different religious spheres, and I want to see that for Orthodoxy. I think that we have a lot of good, well-established programs that people like, and I guess what I want to see is people my age and young creative people with new ideas using those visions and using ancient faith as an outlet for their creative vision, just to see what people can come up with.
Yeah. May it be blessed. Well, thank you very much for talking with me today, Colton, and God bless you.
Thank you, Father.
All right. So as Colton was mentioning, he described this as being a great opportunity, and I should say that the Lampstand Institute is possible because we have sponsorship, actually, that has taken care of this. So all these folks are flown out here or drive out here, whatever the case may be, and they don't have to pay anything to be here. So the whole program is completely free. They stay here, they work with our staff, and they use our equipment. So a lot of people apply, but not everybody gets to be chosen. So these are the folks that, after reading through their applications and their blessings from their priests and so on and so forth, that the ones who get to be here. So I'm with Michael. So Michael, welcome to Chesterton, Indiana. Where are you from?
Thank you so much, Father. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York.
That's right.
All right. So what made you decide you wanted to come to the Lampstand Institute?
Well, I've actually been running an Orthodox Christian YouTube channel for about a year now.
All right.
It's called MSL Films.
Okay, there's the big shout out, everybody. MSL Films on YouTube.
Yes, MSL Films. And I document the lives of saints, and once in a while I'll also do current events, and it's really just getting started. So I wanted to improve my craft. I wanted to learn the trade, so to speak, and that's why I came to Lampstand Institute. And so far it's been absolutely worth my while.
Thank God. Thank God. I mean, so Michael is the one that was being referred to earlier with the video that was mentioned, and he did a project about a samurai who converted to Orthodox Christianity in Japan under the influence of Saint Nikolai of Japan. So since we all got to see that, let me ask you this: why did you choose that particular subject to work on while you're here?
Okay, well, the simple fact is that I come from a Georgian family.
Okay.
And
Georgia, the Republic of Georgia.
Yes.
Versus the state of Georgia. Republic
exactly.
of Georgia.
Republic
okay.
of Georgia.
All right.
And so we could use the word Kardvalian even, and my family's been Kardvalian, of course, since...
Yeah, that's the native Georgian word.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we've been Orthodox since essentially Orthodoxy has been introduced, because at that time the king decided what you were. And so it's very much the case that in the modern day we think of everything as fixed. Whatever Orthodox countries are Orthodox right now, it's always been that way, and it'll continue to be that way.
Yeah.
And the same goes for everything else, right?
Right.
And it's wonderful to create content based around people who are from those areas historically, like, for example, Greece or Russia and whatever else it may be.
Absolutely.
But I think it's at this time it's very important to also talk about those who weren't from historically Orthodox countries, because that's who I'm trying to appeal to as an English-speaking channel. People in America haven't historically been Orthodox, and I think it was very important to touch on that with this video. And Japan, very similarly, has never been Orthodox, has never had an inclination towards Christianity at all. And so I thought that was a very good connection point.
So as someone who comes from an Orthodox family, and probably all of your ancestors, as far as you might know, have been Orthodox Christians.
Yes.
What do you think that that someone, but living here in America, and that this is the place where your family is, what do you think it is that someone from that background has to offer now the world, right? So you're talking about a convert to Orthodox Christianity in 19th century Japan. What is it that the rest of us who don't have an Orthodox background, what do we need to hear from that?
That it doesn't matter, right? The Orthodox background it doesn't apply to the individual. There's a lot more people who are cradles and were born Orthodox that rejected the faith than there are who continued with the faith or who care about it at all. So it doesn't actually, it's very special and it's very beautiful to have a long stretching history, and I'm very thankful that I have one.
Yeah.
But that isn't the end all be all. A lot of people like to say, well, why would I be Orthodox? I'm from the West, or all of my ancestors for the last 500 or 1,000 years haven't been Orthodox. But that doesn't really matter. It didn't matter for the pagans who first converted, that their whole family lineage was pagan.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter in the slightest to them, because they knew the truth was staring at them in the face. That's what I think is the most important message, that it doesn't matter where you come from, anyone can be Orthodox.
Amen. Amen. Well, thank you very much for speaking with me,
Thank you,
Michael,
Father.
and good luck on everything that you're doing. Everyone, make sure you check out his YouTube channel. So,
Thank you.
thanks. All right. Yeah, there's absolutely so many interesting stories about Orthodox Christianity functioning as a minority faith. We think about it, of course, often in terms of here in the West, but Japan and wherever else, there's so many places, and there's so many more stories to tell, right? All right, so up next, I have Catherine. So, Catherine, welcome to our studio here in Chesterton, Indiana. Where are you from?
I'm from Linthicum, Maryland. I go to Holy Cross.
All right, Linthicum, Maryland, which for those who don't know, that is a suburb, really, of Baltimore, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Sort of, yeah.
So when you learned about the Lampstand Institute, what made you say to yourself, oh, I'm signing up for that?
Well, I was a comms minor in college, and then also I just really loved the idea of trying to figure out social media in a way that was healthy and holy, because my view of it in the past was sort of full rejection or wasting time. So
wow.
To be totally transparent. So I was interested in fixing my view.
So, I mean, do you feel like your view has been at least a little bit more fixed while you've been here?
Yeah.
A little bit more faith in the possibilities?
Yes, I like the idea of podcasting a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it about podcasting that appeals to you?
Well, I like the idea of listening to something. I'm starting to learn Greek for this master's program. And I've been using Pimsleur. Shout out to Pimsleur, I guess. I'm not being
actually very good
sponsored.
Program. Yes. Thank you, Pimsleur. We'll take that check right now.
Yeah, really. I've been using Pimsleur, and I really like the way that it's just 30-minute segments of learning Greek that way and taking in information while I'm driving or something. And so I really like the idea of podcasting for similar reasons, and I'd love to do something like 30-minute podcast where you can take in the information, and it's a way to learn on the go, I guess. I think that's cool.
What do you think is currently missing from Orthodox Christian media that you would like to work on?
This is a very targeted question. No,
I mean, we did talk earlier,
yeah,
so yes.
No, I'm saying
Good
it because
interviewer does his research.
Oh yeah, because I'm the project I've been doing is I've been making this trying to develop this podcast for my demographic, so girls my age, especially, I suppose later teen years up until just young women up until 30s or so, my age and stage, and so I've been trying to create a podcast based off of something I did in college called Saint Story Tea Time, but the podcast would be called Hearken, O Daughter, based on the Georgian wedding hymn. And it's just, probably 20-30 minute episodes, and it would be sharing the life of a different saint every time, discussing. It was really lovely today. I got to do the sort of test episode with Melinda Johnson, which was a lot of fun. She's a great conversation partner.
So tell me about that experience you had in college that inspired you work on this project?
Yeah, so there's a lot of really lovely young women at my college who are looking into Orthodoxy, who are either Catholic, Anglican, etc., you name it, Protestant. And I was thinking for OCF, because we have a great OCF, I was thinking for OCF, we could have this group. I actually formed it with my sister and my friend Abby, shout outs to both of them, but we formed this group together where it was Saint Story tea time. We'd just brew a lot of tea, have all the girls over who wanted to come into one of our dorm rooms, and read and discuss a female saint and pray together. And it became like pretty successful. It was really fun. We had a bunch of girls show up sometimes, and most of them, at least half of them, maybe most of them, were Protestant, because they wanted to learn about this whole idea of saints, really, in general. And I found that these girls, because I'm Cradle, and I found that these girls who were looking into Orthodoxy, one of the things that they really connected with the most in the search was saint stories, especially female saints. And so this is kind of how I saw the need there, I guess, that's what gave me the idea, was that I just saw that they were really interested.
Yeah. So not to put you on the spot.
That's fine.
But you're on the spot, so
yeah.
you're in the hot seat. But
Here
not to put you on the
I am.
spot. So I mean, you've met. There are several other young women here.
Yes.
That you've met and you've been talking to and collaborating with. If you get your show off the ground, I mean, have you considered inviting any of these young women to have some of these conversations with you?
Oh yeah, that would be super fun.
And I mean,
Actually,
some
I've
of them
had
are here in the room. Like, would you guys accept that invitation?
Hooray!
All right. Well, there we go.
Yeah, no, I've
Not to leave
definitely
the
had
gentleman
it.
out, but this is for young women. This particular
Sorry.
show. Yeah. I think one of the most valuable things about going to an event like this is not just that you get to work with people on your particular project, but actually that you meet people and say, oh, I want to work with you.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Have you had that experience while you've been here?
Yes, for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, so who's the first saint that you would do for your show?
So I texted my sister. I was like, well, I was thinking to do St. Catherine. She was like, do St. Catherine. So
And that's your saint.
Yeah, and that's my patron saint. I was like,
She's
are
pretty
you
great.
sure? Yeah. So I started with her partly because, I mean, it's pretty perfect because she was about our age, about my age, and very cool convert story, very awesome saint in general. Yeah, so I started with St. Catherine.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of St. Catherine. So
Good.
Well, thank you very much, Catherine.
Thank you very much, Father.
All right,
Father
God be with you. The Orthodox Church has so many amazing stories connected with the saints, right? So, all right, well, now I am with Maria. So Maria is another one of our lampstanders, as we call them. So welcome, Maria. Where are you from?
I am from Nassau, the Bahamas, from the Annunciation Greek Orthodox Church there.
Okay, so Maria is probably our farthest away.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're farther. We have someone from San Francisco.
That's
but,
true.
I don't know the distance right off the top of my head, but
no, it's okay. But I am the only international participant.
all right. Well,
Yeah.
well, welcome. So,
Thank you.
so when you saw that lampstand was happening, like what went through your head that said, "Oh, I'm signing up for that. Let me in, please."
Oh yeah. I am a film student. I go to school at the Savannah College of Art and Design.
Okay.
And it's my passion. It's what I want to do in life. I'm a producer. But this kind of felt like Jesus was like, here's your opportunity. Go and learn and become a part of this world so you know how to use your passion for good, for ministry. And I was also so intrigued, and I've also been so rewarded by this opportunity to meet people. Like yourself, like Ellie, like Simon,
You feel like you
all
made
my
some
other
friends?
participants.
Made some new friends?
Yes, I do believe so. I cannot wait to cross paths again with these beautiful people. I think we're all so creative and open and loving, especially in the faith, and I think that it's been so rewarding.
Thank God. So you say that you're a film student. What kinds of movies do you want to make? Like, what if you were handed the budget you wanted and whatever studio or whatever, like if you were given everything you wanted on a platter and you could make the film you wanted, what would that film be?
It would be in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
I have to start in the Bahamas.
So for those of us who have
Yes.
never been there, which includes me,
Yes.
why would I want to watch this movie?
Because I feel like it's, at least in American eyes, or at least in American social media and film, it's untapped. I mean, you've seen films like Casino Royale or Pirates of the Caribbean, which are supposed to be filmed there. But that doesn't go into the beauty of Bahamian culture or even the intricacies like Greek Bahamian culture.
And that's your background, right?
That's my background, yes. I am Greek Bahamian.
Yeah, and it's mostly, as I recall, you said that most Greek Bahamians have been in the Bahamas for a long time.
Yes.
There's not actually a big immigrant community.
Yes, nearly, if not over a century now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what do you think that experience has to offer in, communicating with the rest of the English-speaking Orthodox world? Like, I know that your project that you're working on has to do with Orthodoxy in the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about that.
Well, when it comes to reaching out to the greater Orthodox world, it's so important for us to try and reach out, because it's been easy to become isolated. And so our parish members, so like family members of mine as well as fellow parish members, have put so much time, money, and effort and prayer into just going out and figuring out how to bring back knowledge, just books. I remember I tried to order a book. It was called Help, I'm Bored in Church by, I believe, Father David Smith. Yes.
Yeah.
My Sunday school teacher bought it for me, but it didn't arrive until like 5 months later because of just Bahamian shipping system. So we have to go out, we have to find workshops and clergy laities and go in pilgrimage and meet people, make connections, especially for my generation, for our younger generation, because all of my aunts, all of my mom even, found their Orthodox spouses abroad in America. So like life-changing relationships happen when you go out and you find people, but we want to bring that back home and grow. So yeah, that's
so the one of the things you're seeking is the enrichment of your own community.
Yes.
And do you think that even for people who aren't Bahamian or maybe even never go to the Bahamas, that learning that story can inspire the rest of us to do something similar?
I hope so. I sincerely hope so. If not, to at least come visit us and light a candle with us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What if someone's going to visit the Bahamas? Obviously, the first place they should go is your church. But what else? What would be part of the experience that they would have in being with the Orthodox Church in the Bahamas?
I think that we can offer a little bit more of a different perspective. But because we're such a tight community, I think that it's so much easier to be welcoming to somebody. Someone walks into church and everybody notices, oh, is somebody new? Who is this? Where are they from? And it's easier to, if they're not Orthodox, and it's easier to direct them to the right person to seek a little bit of knowledge about the church. Or if they are, then we know what to say, who to do, like, come join us in coffee hour. That's the beauty of having a small church. Yes, I think that also speaking from parish members such as my aunt, who moved from a large parish in Tennessee to Nassau, Bahamas after she married my uncle. She she admitted in an interview I did of her that she was a little shell-shocked. Just being away from home, so far away from home, as well as seeing different traditions. But she found that there was such a warm welcoming, and she was able to find her place in action, in being welcomed into joining in the traditions and the parish itself.
What's one way that Bahamian culture has become part of the parish? Something that would probably be a little different to American Orthodox Christians.
Oh, I think I don't know, because
it's just your life, right? So
it's just my life.
Yeah.
No, but let me say this: the church has become the lifeline of the Greeks in the Bahamas. It's why we were able to keep our language for so long, why we were able to continue Greek dancing, and why we had the Greek festival, and why we continue to practice as Greek Orthodox Christians. That's why there's such a cultural line. But I think I speak from my own generation when we are starting to feel more Greek Bahamian, where in just attitude, and we're lucky because the Bahamas is 90% Christian, and there's just a lot of deep values in that. And I think that we're able to nourish ourselves through that major mindset.
Yeah.
So
Well, God bless you in all
Thank
of your
you.
work, and may He continue to inspire you. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, Maria. All right. Well, I'm sure probably some of you out there right now are buying your plane tickets for the Bahamas immediately. So, how cold does it get in the Bahamas? 65 degrees Fahrenheit at the very lowest, but probably a lot warmer, right? But, ocean breezes, right? Ocean breezes? Absolutely, absolutely. All right. So, okay. Welcome. My next lampstander here is Anthony. So, Anthony, welcome to our Ancient Faith Radio headquarters studio. Where are you coming from, Anthony?
I'm coming from Huntsville, Alabama. I come from St. Helens and Constantine Greek Orthodox Church in Huntsville.
Okay, so when you learned about the Lampstand Institute and what it was offering, like what about that said to you, okay, I could use this? What brought you here?
Because I have a lot of interests in film and media. So first I was looking through the Theoria film school that you guys had on Lord of Spirits. You guys talk about
we advertised
that one.
it.
Yeah, you advertised the one. So I looked through that one. But I had wanted to be a film student, and that's what kind of interested me. When I got the email in my inbox that was like, hey, there's a Lampstand Institute thing that you can go and do, I was like, oh, that sounds like something I would really like to do. I enjoy philosophy, and I enjoy poetry and writing, so I'd just love to be able to incorporate that into one art form and make that a kind of like a Orthodox film philosophy thing where I can like discover Orthodox themes through film and through media.
Yeah. What do you believe are some themes that haven't really been explored very much by Orthodox filmmakers that you'd like to work on?
I don't know very many themes that have been showed by Orthodox filmmakers. I don't really know what would be considered an Orthodox film. And if there was any opportunity, I would love to be one of the first to be able to incorporate that, to make something that's truly not just in-your-face Christianity, but something that's like rooted in Orthodox Christianity. That's some sort of, that's like a stepping stone. That's like, what is this thing that they're exploring in this film? Like, what's so interesting? What draws me into this world that's been built here? And how can I like give this experience to someone else?
Yeah, so you said you don't want to do something that's like in your face, right? Like sort of straight out preaching or maybe apologetics or something like that.
Yeah.
But is rather the stepping stone. So I mean, what does that look like for you? Like what would someone encounter in that kind of work?
I think first, you're gonna love this, but I think first and foremost of something like Tolkien and that kind of style of writing where the world itself is Orthodox, but it's not explicitly like theology or anything, but like the way the characters interact and the way all of the types of entities that are in that world, they interact in a way that's based purely off Orthodox spirituality.
Yeah. I mean, I remember, you mentioned Tolkien, of course, and he talked about how the Christianity is sort of absorbed into the story itself, not being preached. Do you think that to make these kinds of films that we need to put the story in some other time and place like he did, or is this something that could be represented even in our own time and place? I mean, what sort of genre or setting do you have in mind for the work you want to do? Like, what's the one you keep fantasizing about making?
I have 2 or 3 that I keep fantasizing about.
Okay, tell me about them.
But the one that's like set in a modern time is something that I call Snow.
Okay.
SNO, and the entire thesis of like Snow is that it's constantly like the unbuilding of reality and rebuilding it in Christ, in the same way that when snow falls, it comes and covers everything and it will kill off all the bad things, but it will provide a way for new life to regrow. And that's why it's SNO and not SNOW, because it's taking away something that should be there and then it's going to be replaced in the
so it's sort of communicating it with the spelling.
Yes.
Do you think, I mean, like what you described to me sounds much like a kind of metaphor for, I mean, where our culture is now? Do you feel like it's being deconstructed?
Not really. I feel like people are trying to deconstruct themselves, and not that the culture itself is deconstructing. I think that people are understanding that things are going down a path that they might not want to follow, and when they try to double back on that, they look for something else, and that's them breaking them down themselves to try to see what can help build them up properly.
Yeah, and you think that this kind of artistic work can help to rebuild people?
Yeah, like point people in the right directions. Like, one of my favorite works of art is Dante's Divine Comedy, and I love the Inferno, and I would love to be able to create something like that, but with an Orthodox schema, and that's...
Wow. I mean... May it be blessed. That's the kind of thing where you could either do it on no budget or you need all of the money in the world.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Yeah. I mean, which would you prefer? Would you prefer the kind of the limited Spartan version of that, or the, look, give me $1 billion, I want you to see Dante's Inferno?
I would love to do like a combination of both. I would like to, because I don't want to like get dependent on the money. I want this story to be something that people are so drawn to that they want to see it like in person. Like, they want to see it with music, they want to see a battle with Orthodox chants playing at the behest, and people riding in horses and battling each other, and it's all like a kind of metaphor for fighting against the forces of evil or something, and that's something that I would really love to put out there.
Fun. Well, may it be blessed, and good luck to you in everything, Anthony.
All right,
Thanks for coming on.
All right, thank you.
All righty. Who wants to see that movie? Sign me up. I'm ready. So, all right. Well, next I have Sarah here in the hot seat, and at our headquarters studio here in Chesterton, Indiana. So, Sarah, where are you coming from?
I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, from Holy Trinity Holy Cross there.
All right. Well, we got 2 Alabamans right in a row.
That's right.
So,
very coincidental.
Yeah. Welcome. So I mean, what attracted to you? What intrigued you about when you read about the Lampstand Institute?
Yeah, so I majored in communications in college, and then I did social media as a part of my job for a while, and then now I help out with the social media and website maintenance at my church. So it just kind of seemed like a natural fit for me to learn a little bit more about how media can be used in the church and the behind the scenes of what you guys do. It just seemed like a way to kind of further my service in that area.
Yeah, you mentioned social media a couple times.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people in the Orthodox Church that basically say, look, it's just a cesspool, it's a hellhole. What do you have to say to them about that?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of try to keep, I get it. I get the sentiment for sure. I didn't use social media for many, many years until I was an adult. So I definitely have a love-hate relationship with it. But for me, it helps reach people inside our community and our, community in Birmingham, hopefully. It helps reach them with, very practical things like what saint we're celebrating the next day at church. It doesn't have to be, inflammatory or controversial or anything like that. It can just be, hey, we're inviting you to come. Here's what's going on at our church. And we have a lot of welcoming people that would be so glad for you to come.
What do you think is the benefit of using social media in a much more local way like that, versus the way that I think most of it seems is sort of broadcasting to the world and is trying to get the world's attention, but you're trying to get Birmingham's attention.
Yes.
Right? So what's different about that? Like, tell me about that.
Yeah, I think a lot of my focus is just steering away from the popularity mindset of social media and just keeping it more like you're just trying to talk to your community, and just keeping it very simple in that way. I really hope to just encourage people to literally just come to church. Like, that's my main goal through what I do. So it's nothing complicated. It doesn't have to be like you're talking to the whole world. It can just be a simple message of, come and see. So
why is it that the main message is come to church? It seems kind of strange to say that on social media. Like, well, no, I'm on my phone.
Exactly. Yeah, that's my whole goal, is to it's kind of like a reverse thing of like, okay, you're on your phone and I want you to get off. So that's what I'm going to tell you to do. But for me, that's very personal, because like when I was getting into Orthodoxy, I converted a little over a year ago. A lot of the things that I was reading and listening to at the time, it was just like, come to church. Like, you can read about it, but you can't experience it, and that's all about, the experience and participating in it. So that was what I did, and that's what really led me into my conversion. So for me, it's very personal, of just like, that's the main message, is just you have to come to experience it. So
how do you communicate that to people, especially like, say that someone hasn't gone to church, or they're going somewhere else? What is the message that you're giving that you hope is going to make them get in their car, drive on down to the parish, get in the parking lot, and walk through that front door? Yeah,
I think the focus for me, at least right now, it could change, but is that it's different in a good way, in an inviting way. It doesn't have to be in your face, just from posting a reel of the inside of our church, it automatically looks different, and it's intriguing, and it doesn't have to be overproduced or like anything crazy. It can just be like, people see it and they're like, oh, that's different than anything I've seen before, and I want to learn more.
So during your, we've been here now for a little over 2 days. Well, right around 2 days. What have you either worked on here or learned here that you're going to take home and say, okay, this is now going to go into my work?
I've learned a lot, especially from my peers. I've learned so much from them, from what Bahamian candy tastes like to Georgian history and culture. So I've learned so much. But yeah, what I've been working on personally is a project about like building or creating an Orthodox home, just as a new convert, and how that can be kind of intimidating. So that was kind of my audio podcast that I recorded earlier today, and it was really fun. It was really weird to hear myself in the headphones, but other than that, it was really fun.
Yes. Well, welcome to our world. Yeah. It's like, wait, that's me?
Yeah.
So, well, thank God for that. Well, thank you very much for coming, Sarah.
Thank you.
And God bless you and all that you're doing.
Thank you.
All right. I love the fact that we've got all kinds of different foci, very, very broad, very, very local, very personal, very community oriented, and so forth. So, I've got Caleb here. So, Caleb, where are you coming from?
I'm coming from the San Francisco Bay Area.
All right, San Francisco Bay Area, the other end of the country almost from here.
I know.
So
it's a ways.
All right. Well, so when you discovered that the Lampstand Institute was even a thing, what about it intrigued you? Like, what made you click to say yes? I'm going to fill out the application, write this thing, talk to my priest. All this stuff that goes in the application process.
Right. I can tell you where I was when I first received. It was the email that they extended the deadline. It was when I first heard of it. I was in an econ class and I saw the email, and it was kind of at first a why not moment. I'm pretty involved with my Davis OCF. I'm the president there, the Orthodox Christian Fellowship, and it sparked a real kind of interest, because I saw it as an opportunity to be with my brothers and sisters in Christ. At its core, I have done sort of creative work with media, but I think mainly the community aspect really drove me to apply, to put the work in, and having that opportunity to be with Orthodox youth. Have you felt rewarded in that regard? Did you get what you came for? Absolutely. And I've been making sure, Maya and I in our work, we've been interviewing the students and the kids, and I think that has been rewarding, because I'm kind of applying that interest. I'm putting it into fruition in a way, because I'm able to learn about my Orthodox people, my friends, and I'm able to hear their stories and inquire about them and get to know them better. So tell me more about the project. What have you been sitting down with? Like, what questions are you asking? Right. What surprised you maybe about some of the things that you heard in your interviews? So the main gist of what we're doing is kind of the relationship of Orthodoxy with the internet. And that's not fraught at all. Very relevant as we're live streaming right now. So I have to be honest, I was a bit skeptical of kind of that relationship at first. I think I was coming in with kind of a mission to kind of find maybe some points that came out of bias, Like, this probably isn't maybe one of the best things. This has kind of been blown out of proportion as of recent online, from what I've seen. But honestly, I've been pleasantly surprised, because I've realized that there is a place for social media, and there is a place for the online space if we use it properly. And yeah, I've been given an optimism in a way. I've been given a new perspective. I've been given new eyes, and really come to appreciate and also understand the importance of properly ordering our life, putting things where they need to be.
Yeah. So, I mean, you said there is a space for being Orthodox publicly on the internet.
Yes.
What does that space look like?
Well, I think, not to be biased, but I think it looks a lot like what AFR is doing here.
Well, that's very kind of you to say so.
I think, I mean, there's different ways, but
yeah,
I think deep down, and I think you kind of taught us this in a way, but the mindset of what is driving your content. Am I at the center of my content? What is the motivation behind this content? What is fueling this content? I think that is key. That is key.
Yeah, absolutely. What is the thing that when you get home and people say, so what did you do there in Indiana this weekend? What are you going to tell them you walked away with as the biggest thing?
I think I'm going to say community. I'm going to say community, and family in a way. I came in here with curiosity, but I came in here with a longing, with a yearning to meet more Orthodox people, really. And so, yeah, when I go back home, when I tell people, I'll say, I learned some things about media, but I also learned how to be Orthodox in another way. In some way, in some capacity, I learned how to be a better Orthodox Christian.
Thank God. That's beautiful. Well, Caleb, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Father.
Nice to speak with you. All right. I mean, I'm starting to feel pretty inspired here myself, so this is great. Thank you. All right. Well, up next, we have Maya. So, Maya, welcome to Ancient Faith Headquarters studio here in Chesterton.
Thank you, Father Andrew.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm basically asking the same question of everybody, although I'm interested in all of your answers. When you learned about Lampstand Institute, what was it about that said, oh, this is something I want to do?
So first off, I heard about Lampstand Institute for the first time from my mother.
Your mom?
Yes, and she was like, I really want you to do this.
Okay.
And at first I was so bogged down. I was like, oh, why? I have so much on my plate already. And then I thought about who I've been throughout my life. I've been a writer since I was a child, very, very young.
Yeah.
And in my professional career, I've done a lot of videography. And right now I'm a creative writing major at my university, and so it's kind of gearing me, my past has been gearing me to a place where this is kind of what I specialize in, and it's amazing to get a chance to be around a community that's considering how do we use this for God, and how do we use this for the Orthodox Church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the experiences I've had sometimes when I've participated in events like this is, often as someone who's trying to create Orthodox works, it can feel pretty lonely a lot of the time. And then you meet somebody else who's doing it, who's really into it, their heart is into it, and you're like, oh, you too?
Absolutely.
Have you felt that way this weekend?
So much. I've, been doing a lot of different creative writing pieces, poetry and a lot of fiction and even nonfiction. And sometimes I stare at my computer or I stare at my paper and go, this is so silly. No one's gonna get it. Everyone's gonna think this is really just too much. It's not gonna connect. And then I get here and I hear about how Ancient Faith Radio connects with people in nearly every country on the planet.
That's pretty crazy for me to think about, but it's true. Yeah.
And I get to meet all these people who are my age and who are so invested in creating and consuming this kind of knowledge and this kind of creative work, and I find it absolutely amazing to be part of.
Yeah. So, I mean, Caleb, who was just sitting here, he mentioned that the two of you are working together. I mean, you're from, where does it say you were from? I didn't ask you.
Yeah. I'm from St. Stephen's Western Rite Parish in Ludlow, Massachusetts.
Yes, and Caleb is from the Bay Area in San Francisco. I mean, did you guys plan to work together before you got here, or did you like meet and say, "Hey, you're the one"?
So it was actually in the van that was transporting us to where we would be staying for the duration of the Institute.
Oh, wow.
And we were getting to know each other, talking about the things we were really interested in and passionate about. And we got on the topic of community and feeling like we need to connect more with each other as Orthodox young people, and wanting to connect amongst ourselves and with older people in the church, and how do we really create a strong foundation so that we have a church that extends past the four walls and it becomes part of our lives, really.
Yeah. So tell me, from your perspective, about the project that you've been working on with Caleb. You've been interviewing a number of people. I mean, what has been kind of jumping out at you in what people have been saying? Have you noticed any themes, things that keep coming up, or just lots of different perspectives?
So many different perspectives, such a gradient. We talk to some people and they're like, I spend 8 hours a day on my phone, and others who say, I spend 2 max. And it's this gradient and the differing opinions that come out of that as well. But the baseline is that the internet does have a place, but that place is never as our temple. It's as a tool for us to connect with each other in other ways. It's never the church itself. It's never going to replace liturgy and a spiritual father.
What do you think are the temptations that exist when people kind of do lean in that other direction?
I feel like it's really easy to feel connected, to feel like you get to hear everything from everyone all at once, but it all becomes kind of a blur. And while you're consuming all of this information, you don't get to digest it. You don't get to dwell on it or ruminate on it in any way that encourages you to think deeply. It's completely different than like listening to a gospel and like hearing a sermon and sitting with that for the rest of the week. It's kind of like this whole deluge of information from people who, quite frankly, mostly are not clergy or do not have a background in religious academia as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for the work that you're doing while you're here, and for connecting with everyone else. And it's good to speak with you, Maya.
Wonderful to speak with you, Father Andrew. Thank you.
All right. Well, my final hot seat occupant at the Lampstand Institute, last but of course not least, is Anthony. So Anthony, welcome to our studio.
Thank you, Father.
Where are you coming from, Anthony?
I'm coming from the heart of Youngstown, Ohio.
Youngstown, Ohio.
Yes.
All right. So, you know, when you learned about the Lampstand Institute, I mean, what was it as you were reading the description or looking at the info that made you said, okay, I'm in?
Yes. So, in my personal life, I've been very fortunate enough to participate in the Antiochian village. I love the Antiochian village. I've participated in Crossroad Institute and various different soil programs. And in my free time, I operate a Orthodox podcast called Brothers of Orthodoxy on YouTube and Spotify.
Oh, I've seen this actually.
Really?
Absolutely.
Brothers of Orthodoxy.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Awesome. Yeah, so I operate that, and I go around interviewing various different priests and clergy members. I find it very fulfilling. I enjoy doing that kind of work. And I researched about ancient faith, and I came across Lampstand. And I thought that this would be a very good networking event, and also a very good way to learn more about podcasting and how to get better at my craft.
What are some particular ways that you, I hope you feel you've gotten some stuff where you feel like you get better at your craft? I mean, maybe you've come in like, you know what, I'm a pro here. You're all just lucky to meet me. No, I mean, but so I mean, what are you coming away with that you're taking notes and like, okay, I'm going to do that when I get home? Yeah,
exactly. Well, I think it's very easy, especially in the creative space, when whether you're a writer, you're a podcaster, you're whatever it is in media, it's very easy to become pompous. It's very easy to become full of yourself. You can easily lose track of why you started doing that thing in the first place.
Yeah, because I mean, people are telling you, how awesome you are and how much they love you and like how great it is, you know, or maybe sometimes the opposite.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, what do you like? What ways does one not become pompous while doing this kind of work?
We have to recenter, Father. We have to think. We have to go back to the beginning and the drawing board and ask ourselves, why do we do this in the first place? And the reason why we do anything in life in the first place is for Christ. And He gives us these talents, and He gives us these abilities, and we do these things to honor Him and give back to Him for what He gave us. And that is the reason why we do everything in our lives, whether it's media, where it's relationships, anything. It's Christ. And we always have to keep Him in the center of everything we do. If we do that, then anything else, anything we do will be blessed.
Yeah. So tell me about the project you've been working on while you're here.
Yeah, so my digital media project is a solo project that I work on. It's a podcast, and I talk about the Filioque. And
just go straight for a massive theological issue.
The controversy with the Filioque. Obviously, I don't feel comfortable explaining some of that controversy here on this platform. But
we'll all be tuning in to Brothers of Orthodoxy, just to see what you have to say about that.
Yes, but I'm very interested in the different beliefs and doctrines of the Catholic Church and the Protestant Church, and by researching the theology of those churches and doctrines, it further strengthens my faith in the Orthodox Church and reaffirms my beliefs. And I thought that would be a perfect project to do my podcast on.
What do you think is the best way to have these conversations about non-Orthodox religions and with non-Orthodox people?
Yes. Well, I think before we start talking to anybody that's non-Orthodox, I think we need to say a prayer first and ask for guidance. And, a lot of my friends are Protestants, and a lot of them are very argument thirsty. They seek conflict. They try to get a gotcha moment. And especially with me, because I'm Orthodox, and some of my friends are Catholic. A lot of my Protestant friends do that. And I think that, first of all, you have to turn it around and ask them. Ask, why are you arguing? And if it's just to be right, then that's pride, and that's not going to get you anywhere. But if they genuinely want to know the truth, then you say to them, well, okay, why don't you come with me to church? You can see what we do. And if you like it, then you can start asking questions about why this works like that and this and that. But if you see their motivations first before answering their questions.
Well, may God grant you that healthy approach to apologetics.
I hope He does.
And all that you do. So thanks for coming, Anthony.
Thank you, Father.
Very nice to meet you. All right. Well, that is my 10th and final Lampstander here this weekend at the Ancient Faith Studio in Chesterton, Indiana. I just wanted to say, I've spent the last 2 days with these folks, and of course we've had presentations. I've gotten to give a couple myself. I'm not the only one, of course. And for me, it's been, I don't know, it might seem a little kind of hackneyed to say, but it has actually been an inspirational experience for me. Because for several reasons. Number one, of course, people often talk about how a lot of the younger folks connected to our churches are not there. That, the Zoomers, Generation Z are just absent, or they're leaving, or whatever it might be. And one of the things that these 10 young people show is that that age group is very much alive and well in our churches, even if maybe we're not seeing as many of them as we would like. But there are people who are in that age range who love Jesus Christ and who love being Orthodox Christians. And in the case of these 10 young folks, who want to tell people about that in one way or another. And I love the different ways that they want to talk about that. And I pray that not just that folks in their own kind of demographics would listen to them, but I hope they do, but also that we would all listen and receive something beautiful and good that we hadn't considered before, that we didn't know before, that we hadn't heard in that particular way before. So I'm grateful for being at this event, and I'm grateful for it being organized, and I'm very grateful that these 10 young people decided to make the trip all the way here to northwestern Indiana, way on the exurban outskirts of Chicagoland, and come spend a few days with us. So, of course, there's a lot of thanks that are due to the organizers. So, number one, of course, Ellie Bernasol, who is our Director of Outreach and Events at Ancient Faith Ministries. She is the one who really made all of this possible, put it all together, did everything that was necessary to create this framework. Simon Nelson, our YouTube manager, who right now is standing next to the appropriate buttons and making things happen. Also, Amber Schley-Aragui, who is our art director for Ancient Faith Ministries. She came and she gave a lovely presentation about doing graphic design. And, of course, Mike Spick and Span DeGan, who is currently manning the other side of the table from me here as our live show producer. And, of course, none other than Trudy the Tank Richter, our Ancient Faith radio station manager. And, of course, last and absolutely not least, Huri Melinda Johnson, who is the CEO of Ancient Faith Ministries and has been here for the last couple of days and has been interacting with all of our lampstanders. And it's been a joy to see a lot of my coworkers in the flesh and to hang out, to work together, and to serve these folks together and to learn from them as well as teach them. So, and thank you very much, listeners and viewers. We're very happy that you tuned in, especially for those of you who are here live and watching on YouTube. All that said, this has been a listener-supported presentation of Ancient Faith Radio. Good night.